so I'm not going to open these extra wall sets here. I did order, like I said, an extra one just for more terrain for the delve, but I won't open those for you. Let's take a look at these. These might take me a second to open up. So these are the token upgrade sets that come with the package. The game itself comes with a bunch of punch tokens for things like treasures, switches, and things like that. Let's see if I can get this open in an expedient manner here. For us to take a look at. Maybe. This is thick clamshell packaging. Usually this exactly, oh there, never mind. It comes open on its own. Okay, so here we have some of the terrain and tokens. So this one's actually just a box of treasure chests by the look of it. And they all have their own bases. And from what I understand, there is enough of them that if you want to either engrave or just Sharpie the numbers underneath them to randomize them, you could. I will probably try and paint a few of them a little different, so I'll probably still place them on top of a token or something, just because I don't want to have, 20 identical treasure chests. That isn't all that interesting to me. But I do, from what I understand, there's enough that if you don't want to use any of the cardboard tokens for treasure chests, there is no need to do so. Why am I doing that? Will this one just open nice for me? It will. Big ups to Modiphius for their clamshell packaging that actually opens. I like that. So here we have some floor tokens for various things. Again, these are for the most part cardboard tokens. There's an equivalent cardboard token for all of these in the base game set, which we'll get to shortly. I really like these standing stones. They look very much, almost exactly like the ones from the game. We've got some spikes here and stuff. Overall, really, really solid terrain. If you're big into pimping out your games, this is a worthy upgrade kit because it's obvious that the sculptors took the source material very seriously. A lot of this looks like it could have come straight out of Skyrim, the game. So very nice. And I know that the game system isn't exclusively Skyrim, but that's where this set of series is all from. So that's what I'll compare it to. We'll get to the starter box last, I think, actually. So before we get into the book, so let's take a look at this. This is the double-sided battle mat, a reversible 3x3 adventure game mat, which is very nice. The fat mat that I wanted to get that apparently everyone likes for this is all sold out right now. I don't know if that's part of this or just as a matter of course. But so this one I came with the set. It looks very nice. It is a nice thick, it's a neoprene mouse pad material here. So my favorite preferred way for wargaming, skirmish gaming, and double-sided. I don't know if I have enough table space here to really fold it all the way out for you, but to give you an idea, we've got frozen Skyrim terrain and then the depths of some tomb. So most excellent, nice battlefield, very, very, very durable feeling neoprene, nice and thick. So that's that. So that'll travel with my set. And last but not least, we'll look at the actual starter box itself here. Sorry, this is my first unboxing video, so I apologize for both the cat and not being able to keep everything perfectly in frame as we go, so bear with me. So we have Escape from Helgen, which I've already looked at the PDF for, and this is a beginner. It basically introduces the concepts and basically the way the game works. I've seen a lot of playthroughs with this using non-official models kind of to start. As you can see, very nice graphic design, beautiful layout, nice looking book there. So then we have the quests. Now the quests are the scenarios, if you will. they have a combination of delve mode scenarios and battle mode, which is your skirmish versus your either co-op or solo play. Again, very nicely laid out. Beautiful book. I'm very happy with that. I mean, all the advertisements for the other stuff that we've already opened. Rule book. Now, what I kind of like about this is that it basically feels like a video game kind of rule book. Now, I'm not actually a fan of this kind of binding for this, but it's very nice other than that. I mean, and it's done well for that kind of binding. I prefer either a hardcover or a staple, but obviously it's not going to work for something this. They've kept the graphic design consistent. Quick reference tables at the back, very nice. I don't know if Universal Head is watching this, but a rule summary sheet from him would probably be fantastic for this game. But very pretty. The only thing I wish is that on the back of this, there was like I know there's a quick reference in the back here, but I wish there was a very simple, maybe combat reference or something on the back here. Not a big deal, but something I like to see for games that have that. So we've got some punch outs. Again, a large portion of these will be replaced with the plastic and resin upgrade set, or I should say it's all resin for the tokens, but lots of different tokens to represent different things. Again, we'll get into a review of the game system and stuff another day. It's a nice thing. I keep tons of these around from the dollar store, but it's always nice that they included a little baggie to keep track of everything. We've got some card decks here. I'll open all that stuff up in a moment. We have more cards. We have your hero cards, which you will equip with various stats and stuff. And again, we'll get into more details on a game review later. And the custom dice. May as well open those up real quick. Have a bit of a roll. These are nice. A little bit light, but hefty at the same time. Like they're not weightless, but they're not super heavy dice. Nice corners, very readable. And we can have a little roll of those for your different accuracy tests and hit tests and damage tests. I'm not a fan of purely custom dice, but they have quite a few different things on them that you have to deal with. And it would make a lot more sense than trying to keep track of what the 1 means, what the 2 means, etc. So these are, if you're going to do custom dice for stuff, this is the way to go. The only thing that annoys me is I would have ordered an extra set because I always like to keep spares of these around. But hey, overall, this has been a pretty good set to start by. We'll just take a quick look at some of these cards. So we have these are for the characters, which are your heroes for your warband leading guys. So not a lot of characters to start with. From what I understand, there's going to be a card pack released that has all the options. So even for characters that don't have specific figures, so you can use a stand-in. But for now, this is what you have. You have Hadvar and Ralof there from your starting quest. I've never been able to pronounce his name, the thrice pierced, the guy who yells at you in Ulfric's place, I believe. An Imperial Mage, and of course, the Dragonborn. I'm looking forward to more Dragonborn type adventurer characters because he can kind of play for any side, which is interesting. And the other interesting thing about this game, of course, is the fact that you can use any figure as the opposing force. So if you want to go to a tomb that's already been, invaded by the Stormcloaks and you're going for the Imperials, like you can absolutely use the Stormcloaks as your random enemies as opposed to the default ones. So there's that, and then most of them have a back, which is their level upped character. So those look quite nice. Sorry, I should be opening these on camera here as opposed to pulling them off the screen, just so that you guys aren't just listening to me talking as I do this. So here we have various cards. So these are faction cards, and then we have the more soldier cards, your units. I forget what they're called in this game, but anyway, they're your non-named characters. So if you just bring somebody as a whatever as opposed to a character, then you can get them that way as opposed to random soldiers, Stormcloak soldiers, skeletons, Draugrs, etc., depending on who's doing what. So take a look at some of these smaller card packs here. Maybe we will if I can ever get it open. Now I'm hoping these are standard and they haven't got non-standard because of course I like to sleeve all my stuff. So we have, you know, basic unarmed attacks, swords, axes, various weapons, and these are rips. The pictures are great. They're rips directly from the game, I think, or at least artists that have done the artwork based on the game. So that's fantastic. Various pieces of equipment, spells. And again, it looks like they've been very true to the game in terms of what sorts of spells and equipment is in the starting set here. And it'll be interesting to see, of course, where they go with later expansions if they get that far. They've done quite a bit for the Fallout universe. So we've got a bunch of event cards, which again are kind of your randomization for the delves and adventures, that sort of thing. So there's some more cards. Not a whole lot new there. Nice. I mean, I don't like small cards, but I understand why they would have them. And again, I just hope that they are correct, like they're standard mini-sized cards. So if we want to sleeve these, we can do so because I prefer to sleeve my cards for stuff. So overall, just throw something here. We'll put the Dragonborn down in front here so you got something to look at. Overall, very, very enjoyable opening. I'm very happy with this box. In terms of quality, again, overall, the you know, all of this stuff is great. It's you know, everything is very well produced, good quality. The miniatures, if I were to rate them, I'd say I'd rate the miniatures maybe a 4 out of 5. They're not amazing, but they're also nicely detailed for their size and scale. Again, I don't really like these 30mm bases because I don't think there's a whole lot of point to them, but it is what it is. I think it'll look fantastic when it's all set up. So overall, guys, I hope you enjoyed this kind of first look, and if you were, you know, curious about the quality of the stuff, this will give you an impression. There'll be another video coming about the actual game itself once I've set it up and had a solo delve and whatnot, and I'll probably do a little check the gallery on Badly Painted Minis if you're interested in seeing the stuff as it gets painted. Anyway, this has been Cage with Badly Painted Minis with my first impressions video. If you stuck with me this long, please drop a like. You don't really need to necessarily subscribe because most of this stuff will probably be posted on the Badly Painted Minis main page and not my page in the future, but COVID's got us all kind of disorganized. So thanks for watching. Feel free, shoot me a message or whatever if you have any questions about any of this stuff. And yeah, hopefully if you guys are into it, pick up a set and we'll see you on the tabletop. Remember, guys, keep your heads down and your tables high.